The man split a round in half with his knife, but only a few drops of river water came out. Shivering from the cold, he had to try his luck with another round. If all his remaining ammo got wet, he would freeze to death tonight. Luckily, this one stayed dry. He poured all the gunpowder from the casing onto a wooden stump. Fighting through the -20-degree cold, he snapped nearby branches into small pieces and piled them next to the powder. He pulled out another round and started striking the base with his knife. After struggling for a while, his shaking hands made it impossible to focus. Bruce knew if this kept up, freezing would be his only fate. He kept telling himself to stay calm. He steadied the round, aimed the blade at its base, and smashed the handle with a rock. Sparks finally ignited the powder. The flame of survival was lit, but the danger wasn't over yet. Bruce had to take out all threats before his hunters found this place. While the fire grew stronger, he stripped off his soaked shirt. Looking at the wound on his arm, he grabbed a bottle and took a big swig, then poured the rest over his injury. The moment the alcohol hit raw flesh, the pain made him cry out. He quickly stuffed a sock in his mouth, picked up the knife from the ground, grunting through the pain. He wiped the blade clean with his pants. After taking a deep breath, he gripped the knife and dug it into the wound. After some digging around, the round was finally out of his arm, but that was just step one to prevent infection. He stuck the blade into the fire until it glowed red, then clenched his teeth and pressed the hot metal against the wound to stop the bleeding. Meanwhile, the bounty hunters were closing in fast. Bruce could sense the danger approaching. He knew he had stayed here too long. To throw them off his trail, he deliberately circled around the area, using branches to erase his real footprints. But he quickly realized this plan was too obvious. Getting found was just a matter of time. To shake them for good, he needed a different approach. Looking at the big tree behind him, a bold plan started forming in his mind. The bounty hunters spotted the fire Bruce had started to find him faster. They decided to split up. Bruce hid up in the tree, watching his target walk right into his trap. His heart started pounding. One wrong move, and the tables would turn instantly. The hunters seemed to sense something was off and stopped just before reaching the trap. He stared at the footprints in the snow and noticed they disappeared right under the tree, confused. He looked up toward the top. Bruce, hiding in the tree, was terrified. He got ready to strike at any moment. Luckily, the leaves were thick enough. The hunter didn't spot him. That one small oversight gave Bruce his chance. Just then, a drop of red fell from his hand onto the snow. Following the trail, the hunter looked up again. Bruce fell from several meters up. Good thing the hunter's body broke his fall. He wasn't hurt. Bruce quickly grabbed the hunter's weapons and coat. He had to get rid of the body fast. He could feel the others were coming quickly. Bruce's instincts were right the moment they heard the noise. The other hunters rushed to the tree when they gathered together. The sight in front of them was shocking. The body had been cut open, with insides scattered everywhere. Turns out Bruce needed to warm his frozen hands, so he had to cut the hunter open for warmth. Now the hunters had one more reason to take Bruce down. By now, Bruce had made it out of the forest and spotted a house at the bottom of the hill. Without asking the owner, he took a horse. Even with a horse, he still couldn't shake the team chasing him. Seeing the 4 bounty hunters on his tail, Bruce knew he had to pick the advantage of hiding. His odds of winning were good. First, he lit a campfire. The flames grew bigger, led the 4 hunters right to him. Bruce hid in the shadows, watching them slowly approach the fire. He didn't rush in for an ambush. He was waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Late into the night, Bruce still didn't get a chance to catch one alone. He didn't give up. He quietly slipped away to think of another plan. The next day, Bruce searched the area for something to make a trap. When he saw a bear caught in a metal trap, he got a brutal idea. He used his knife to pry open the trap and placed it on the hunter's path. He cut a branch from a pine tree, trimmed off the extra twigs, and laid it over the snow as cover. When a hunter passed by, the trap snapped shut instantly and took out one of the 4. The injured hunter was barely alive. His partner thought if they removed the trap, he might survive. But the leader, Musk, ended his suffering instead in this frozen wasteland. Maybe that was the best way for a dying man to go from the original 5 bounty hunters. Now only 3 remained, all thanks to Bruce. They now had even more reason to finish him. Meanwhile, Bruce ran into new trouble on the road. 3 wanted outlaws stopped him. One of them figured letting Bruce go would expose their location. After all, each of them had a $2,500 price on their head, ignoring his 2 partners' warnings. He chased after Bruce before he got too far, even though Bruce begged for mercy and swallowed his pride. Telling the outlaw to go back to his friends, his kindness was seen as weakness as the tension hit its peak. Bruce sensed the bounty hunters were getting closer. He quickly took care of the outlaw. Bruce was grateful to him for the free weapon and horse. He was right. Shortly after he left, the remaining 3 bounty hunters found the outlaw's body. Musk could tell Bruce did it. He wanted to chase him down for revenge, but one of the hunters refused to go any further because the outlaw's head was worth $2,500, way more than the $300 Musk offered for taking out Bruce to teach him a lesson. Musk shot and took out his horse. Without a ride and carrying a body, there was no way he'd make it out of the desert. On the other side, Bruce had a horse, but the scorching sun pushed both him and the horse to their limits. Bruce Bruce had a little water to keep going, but the horse collapsed on the road. Looking at the massive animal, Bruce immediately thought of a way to escape. When the last two hunters caught up, they found a horse cut wide open. As one of them went to check it out, Bruce suddenly burst out from inside. He moved fast and grabbed one of the hunters. The sudden shock made Musk freeze. Bruce thought having a hostage would give him leverage, but Musk made a cold-blooded move.
On your knees. Now.
So what was the bad blood between them? Turns out 3 years ago, after the Civil War, Musk thought he could finally retire and enjoy life with his family. But Bruce's northern soldiers not only burned down Musk's house, they trapped his wife and son inside. All of this was done behind Bruce's back. From then on, Musk became an angel of vengeance. To finish Bruce faster, he even hired 4 bounty hunters at great cost. But the experienced Bruce took them all out. Now his enemy was finally kneeling before him, remembering his wife and child. Musk wanted to make Bruce suffer, but after Musk kicked him in the knee, the tables turned instantly. Bruce didn't go for the final blow. He told Musk the war was over, and so was the grudge between them. He urged Musk to let go of his hatred and live out the rest of his life in peace. Then Bruce walked away, but the hatred from losing his family could never just disappear. Musk chased after him again. The two battled across the desert. As the gap between them closed, Bruce finally had enough. He fired first and hit Musk in the stomach. Just when Musk thought this feud was about to end, Bruce did something unexpected. He placed the weapon in Musk's hand. The man who destroyed his family was right there, but Musk couldn't pull the trigger. Maybe he didn't want revenge this way, or maybe he realized Bruce alone wasn't responsible for what happened. In the end, the two made peace. They blamed the root of all this evil on the war itself.